And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the market recap for Thursday, August the 11th. My name's John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting me with your time. Interesting trading day today. Some kind of disappointing outcomes, but are they really that disappointing? Stocks gave up the early gains that they had earlier today, really just to kind of close relatively steady. I mean, the E-mini S&P closed approximately 2 points lower, 0.05%. NASDAQ down about 83. Again, these are not verified, but down about 83 points, down 0.6%. And the Dow squeaked out a winner, up about 70 points at the end of the day, to about 0.24% higher. So not a really disappointing day. All the nuances this morning and the market forecast were pointing at a higher day. We got a higher day, but we didn't really get a lot of directional activity in the upside move. But markets can't go one direction all the time. I think today we just took a little bit of a break to the upside move. We're going to have to see how things go. I was looking at the news a little while ago, and apparently the Argentine Central Bank raised their key interest rate by 950 basis points. It's now at 69.5%. Somebody on Twitter was asking, I wonder if anybody knows if they started off saying transitory. Please, not that. Crude natural gas raised higher today, those prices. Crude on supply worries, apparently. Natural gas on technical analysis. We were looking at that cup and saucer program pattern on the daily chart, and I didn't think it was going to happen today, but a pretty big up move in nat gas, even though there was a larger increase in natural gas on hand here in the U.S. by the EIA today at 9:30. Again, we hope that you had a good trading day. I'm a little bit tired today, just feeling like I worked hard today. Seemed like hard work today. I hope it wasn't hard work for you. And it is, it's a little strange to be here on a Thursday for the recap. I wasn't aware, but Jack is out of the office today, so apparently no podcasts. So they asked me to do the recap today, and it's always a pleasure for me to spend some time with traders talking trading. So, of course, I'm going to be here. As always, make sure you hit the lucky like button, share, comment, question, feedback, heckling, and love are always welcome here on the recap. And as always, make sure you hit the subscribe to our YouTube channel. You get notifications when we do go live. We had to make Hoag money today. We did not do too well. We had 4, I think, consecutive losses. That's okay, though. I mean, that's just part of trading. We all have to realize that there are going to be days. And Mama said there's going to be days like this, and today was one of those days in Make Hoag Money. I'm sure on Tuesday and Thursday we'll find some better trades, and we'll vote on them, and we will take them. So no sweat as far as that's concerned. I do appreciate everybody's participation. It was the first time we put it on Facebook, on YouTube, and had it on the Zoom. If you are on YouTube and you want to come into the Zoom meeting where we do the Make Hoag Money, I'm going to put a link into the chat right here, so at least you'll have the opportunity to vote for the trades that we're taking. Now, historically, when we started Make Hogue Money a couple, 3-4 months ago, we started on Sim, and we made money. It's never a straight line, but when we started to go live, we had made about $4,500 in Sim on Make Hogue Money by doing this, by asking you for trades, voting on them, and taking those trades. So I'm confident in the future we're going to have some much better success with that. We're trading it live now. We're starting with micros. We're going to try and build that account like any good trader should, not swinging for the fences, looking for some consistent ideas and good voting to put us in the right direction on a lot of those trades. So, good afternoon, Tachyon. My brother Tom is here. Good to see you, Tom. I love you. Tachyon, up 12 for the combine, got to get a reasonable amount, given all back, got to a reasonable amount, given all back, and then some, claw way back, and start oscillating around zero. Good trading day, another day of bunch of lessons. Tachyon, you keep being, accounting for those lessons, keep reviewing those lessons and living them twice. You're going to certainly speed your learning curve. Looking forward to some great success for you, Tachyon, as I am for all of you. Charles March, good afternoon. Hegel Matters, it's always a pleasure to see you as well. Joe Drinnan, good to see you. No trades, not feeling in right place. You know what, Joe? As positive as everything was looking this morning with the nuances all looking higher, I think it would be easy to be too aggressive to get to start thinking about getting on the long side. And we got what we were looking for today in the equities. We have an overlapping to higher day. Yesterday, we had talked in group coaching about the 3i day, and we got what we were asking for. We had an overlapping to higher day with no acceptance inside or below yesterday's area of value. We just didn't get the upside move we may have been waiting for. So hopefully we just didn't get hurt. Ben's call from this morning was spot on. The overextension and fail, he mentioned. Yeah, we were, every trade we took this morning was to the short side, even though a lot of, my ideas, everybody's ideas was eventually we're going to be looking for longs today. And there were some long opportunities in the middle of the day, but at the end of it, the resolve to the downside was too good, and we just basically unraveled all of that nice overnight inventory that was holding longs and got us right back down to settlement by the end of the day. So, Jackalope, good call there. Wasn't quick, but it was there, absolutely. Actually, I think the last trade we took was a long, and I was going to manage it. We did end up getting stopped out on that. We had a good push to the upside, but it just didn't get to our profit target, if I remember right. Hegel Matters, I thought market profile for ES and NQ were spot on. Good. You're seeing things clearly then. Dr. VJ, good afternoon. 950 basis points. That is insanity. Yes. I mean, that is just crazy. It's like 10%. Almost 10% in one move. Scary, isn't it? Bill Phillips, good afternoon. Autolycus. I always mess up that name. Sorry. Auto. Vitamin B12 is good for energy. Yeah, I could use some of that. Yep. Chilling with Dylan. Hope everyone had a good day. Yes. And we all do. So we're going to take a look at the charts here and just kind of review what we were thinking this morning and see how things played out. Maybe we can start to prepare our hypotheses for tomorrow. Let's take a quick look-see. Starting with crude oil. It is in rollover. We did get some pretty directional activity today here. Lower volume, but remember this is the front month. Next Wednesday, I believe, will be switch day. Tuesday or Wednesday will be switch day, so we're going to start to see lower front month volume as we continue to get closer to that roll. We were kind of looking at this as a gap. We close the gap. When we look at this, we start to say, okay, I think we talked about this morning. If we find acceptance inside value from yesterday, that could pull us down to value low from yesterday. We don't see any form of acceptance inside value from yesterday. We had two 30-minute bars come into and leave relatively quickly the value area from yesterday, which gave us the opportunity to look for the longs that ended up winning the game today. Look at on the daily chart. So this was a kind of a coiling activity we were looking at a couple of weeks ago. We had 1, 2, 3 points of contact. Look where the market went to on this push to the upside, right back to this trend line, which was supportive and became resistant today. This may come into play for us tomorrow. E-mini S&Ps. Okay, well, we got, what we were looking for. We had a late spike. We had all of these indicators that price was going to move higher, and by all rights, value did move higher today. I'm going to be very interested to see how the open interest was treated today. That's going to be one of the first things I'm going to be looking at tomorrow morning. Take a look at the 30. So take a look at the 30. Here's our open. We did not leave the opening range at either the high or the low. We looked lower. We tried to push higher, unable to do so. All of our overnight longs and some of our regular trading hour late to the party longs at the high here really just had to unravel and take us back to range, back to value, back to settlement, and there we close. So when we were looking at, we had a late spike, we had a gap to the upside. All of the tea leaves were telling us it was going to be a higher day, and it was. It just wasn't directionally in the daytime frame, but if we're watching value was not even overlapping to higher. It's outright higher yesterday. What is this looking like for the auction process? Volume looked pretty good today, and we're still holding upside structure. Again, fascinated to see what happens tomorrow. NASDAQ struggling with weekly kickoff high. We did get a good look above it, but we did close back down below it. I believe there's still a few very large fish sleeping under the pier here. See what it looks like today. So we... So we opened with the gap. We had all of the tea leaves looking higher. We did end up with an overlapping to higher range, but not so good as far as value is concerned. Value is outside of yesterday's value. I would have been much more comfortable if value was overlapping to higher yesterday's value area. We did come back pretty hard once we could not reaccept above weekly kickoff high. Now remember, the NASDAQ has been moving much faster to the upside than the S&P, so it seems to make sense that on this pullback it's a little bit more vicious. What happened in gold today? I put it in the back burner, so I never even looked at gold at all today. Gold is actually one of my favorite products to try and trade, but it's been untradeable, and it looks like kind of the same thing for us today. We're in range, so we're looking for short time frame levels with which to look for opportunities. If we used settlement here as an opportunity for us, that was 1370. If we 1370 to 1490, that's 12 ticks. That would have been a reasonable, I think, risk for us to take to see if maybe we were going to head to the downside. But what was up there? Well, we have value high from the previous day. I would have been looking more like value high from yesterday before looking for opportunities for the short. Where did it trade down to? Down to the naked point of control back here that we've been through in overnight hours. never through regular trading hours. So we're going to put this now on the back burner. It has been achieved. We have checked it in regular trading hours. It's no longer going to be of effect to us. This gold is just tough. The auction, we talked about it earlier today. It really seems to be struggling, but still holding upside structure. Yes, what are those fishies doing sleeping under the pier? Yeah, it's almost like we've got to hit them over the head with our lure to try and catch them. But they'll wake up. They'll be hungry at some point, and we're going to catch them, and we're going to eat them. Oh, yes, we're going to eat them. For the euro, finally we get some activity and support instead of resistance at that weekly kickoff high level. How did it go today? Really, just a digesting new price level? Digestion, and more digestion. Inside extended trading hour, inside regular trading hours. No real active directional activity here. Where are the buyers? We saw lots of sellers up here. If we continue to squeeze them, we may find an interesting opportunity moving forward here in the euro. We had one of our funded traders was trading euro today and had a really good day. So blessings for that. The 10-year getting a little bit of a breakdown below this trend line. I'm welcoming this because this could bring a change. We know rates are going higher and they're digesting that every day. Here's the 30. Here's what we needed to do was close out this gap. We almost did it. We almost got to close that gap. Yeah, I would say that's probably close enough for rock and roll. And nat gas. Cup and handle. Talked about it this morning. Usual resolve is to the upside. And it got some upside resolve today. Volume is pretty good. Check the opening. Check the open interest tomorrow if you're going to be trading this. But this market took us right to, is that right? 89. Yep, it took us right to weekly kickoff high. This could be a springboard for more activity tomorrow. Open, gap close, no acceptance inside value. The push to the upside was on. So tomorrow is Friday already. I know I was not here on Monday and Tuesday. Seems like a pretty fast week. Sometimes those short weeks that you don't trade all 5 days seem longer. But tomorrow we've got import-export prices and Michigan consumer sentiment. Consumer import-export prices at 7:30 in the morning before the open, and the University of Michigan consumer sentiment at 9 a.m. Central tomorrow, 10 Eastern. That's going to be it for our information for the week. I didn't really see too many really truly impactful earnings today, but boy, there was such a long list of them. We could be here for a week and go through all of the earnings that came out today. I mean, it was just a really long list. So we're going to have to try and digest all that information coming into the session for tomorrow. The markets are going to do that for us, and we're going to be looking for the opportunities again tomorrow. This day in history, Alcatraz was typically used for military prison, but on August 11th, 1934, civilian prisoners began to be housed at the island prison. And this was the day, if you guys remember, some of you are probably too young, a movie called American Graffiti. That came out on this day in 1973, and I will swear to my dying day, and maybe this is right, maybe this is wrong, but I think American Graffiti was the kind of impetus for the sitcom Happy Days. The American Graffiti was really just about a summer of 1962, a coming-of-age story. Happy Days was really more about the 50s, but they just seemed similar to me for some reason. In music, today's Joe Jackson's birthday. He was born in 1954. 1954, Joe Jackson. He had a great album, Joe Jackson, Jumpin' Jive. 1979. On this date, Led Zeppelin played their last ever UK show when they appeared at Nebworth House in England. This set list is amazing. This would have been the concert I would have liked to have seen. Song remains the same. Celebration Day, Black Dog, Nobody's Fault But Mine, Over the Hills and Far Away, Misty Mountain Hop, Since I've Been Loving You, No Quarter, Hot Dog, The Rain Song, White Summer, Black Mountainside, Kashmir, Trampled Underfoot, Sick Again, Achilles' Last Stand, In the Evening, Stairway to Heaven, Rock and Roll, Whole Lot of Love, and Communication Breakdown. Holy smokles. The Beatles, at a press conference held at the Astor Towers Hotel in Chicago, John Lennon apologized for his remarks that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus. Lennon told reporters, "Look, I wasn't saying the Beatles are better than God or Jesus. I said the Beatles because it's easy for me to talk about the Beatles. Could have said TV or cinema or motor cars, anything popular, and would have gotten away with it." And he was probably right. Jackalope. Tool did a cover of No Quarters, one of my favorite covers ever. Well, I don't know if you guys, I know you can't see it, but this right here is an unused unused ticket to a Led Zeppelin concert in 1977 at the Chicago Stadium. The face price, $10. But it was the tour where they had to cancel the last 6 shows because Robert Plant's son Carrick had died from a virus. So they canceled the last of the shows. But I have the ticket that remains. So the ticket remains the same. Untorn. So yeah, let's get some good rest tonight. It's Friday tomorrow. Let's end the week strong. Maybe make some money early and take off early for the weekend. Again, we don't have a lot of information as far as economic numbers are concerned, but there's going to be enough for us to get in trouble or at least put up a good trading day. So we're going to follow our process. We're going to follow our strategies. We're going to do our hypotheses, and we're going to have a good trading day tomorrow. So blessings to all of you. Be kind to yourself and others. Pray for world peace and peace in yourself. And I will see you tomorrow morning on the Market Forecast, 7:45. Same bad time, same bad channel. God bless everyone. Have a good day.